Watch this giant snake make its way through the crowd.
The energy was electric. Thousands of fans packed the stadium for Taylor Swift's Eras tour, adorned in glitter, friendship bracelets, and costumes representing every phase of her career. The crowd, a sea of devotion, buzzed with anticipation for the pop sensation to take the stage. But amidst the cheers, the screams, and the flashing lights of smartphones held high, something unexpected slithered its way into the spectacle, a literal snake. Yes, a snake. Not a metaphorical one. Not a prop in a carefully choreographed moment of Taylor's set, but an actual, live serpent. And while you'd expect chaos to erupt in such a scenario, what unfolded was anything but typical. The fans didn't panic. They didn't run. Instead, they did what Swifties do best. They embraced the unexpected and, in true Taylor Swift fashion, turned the moment into something worth celebrating. The creature, a sleek, glistening thing with scales shimmering under the stadium lights, had somehow made its way into the middle of the crowd. It wasn't clear where it came from or how it got there, whether it had been hiding in the grass surrounding the venue or, in some bizarre twist, hitched a ride in someone's bag. But there it was, weaving through a crowd of thousands like it had a VIP pass. At first, there were gasps. A few fans near the snake froze, their eyes wide as they pointed and backed away. But soon, the realization seemed to settle across the crowd. This wasn't a threat. This was an omen.
A sign.
A living, breathing symbol of one of Taylor Swift's most infamous reputations. The snake motif had been part of her narrative for years, ever since she reclaimed the label after public feuds and controversies. The snake was hers now, a badge of resilience and reinvention. And here it was, uninvited but unmistakably on theme, crashing her party. Instead of running, fans pulled out their phones to document the surreal moment. A chant started somewhere in the crowd. Snake. 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 Laughter rippled through the air as people stepped aside to give the creature room to move. Security, clearly unsure of how to handle the situation, approached cautiously, but the fans had already decided the serpent was part of the show. "It's like Taylor sent it herself," one fan shouted, her voice barely audible over the din. "She's in her villain era, and even the animals know it." The snake, undeterred by the commotion, continued its journey. It slid effortlessly over the tops of sneakers, past bedazzled boots, and beneath the hems of glittering skirts. Fans leaned down, phones in hand, snapping photos and taking videos as they giggled nervously. Some even reached out to touch it as it passed, their fear replaced by fascination. It was as though the crowd had collectively decided this was a moment to be embraced rather than feared, a story to tell, a memory to cherish. And then, as if on cue, Taylor Swift herself appeared on stage. The eruption of cheers was deafening, and for a moment, the snake was forgotten. But not entirely. As Taylor launched into her set, a few brave fans near the front held up their phones, displaying videos of the unexpected visitor for the superstar to see. She didn't stop the show, but those who caught her eye swore she smirked, a knowing glint in her gaze. After all, this was exactly the kind of serendipitous chaos that seemed to follow her everywhere. Meanwhile, the snake had become something of a celebrity in its own right. Fans started speculating wildly about its significance. Was it a sign from the universe? A cosmic nod to Taylor's reclamation of the snake symbol during her Reputation era? Or was it just a snake, lost and confused, trying to survive in a world of screaming fans and pulsing basslines? Theories flooded social media within minutes, with hashtags like #SnakeGate and #ErasTourSerpent trending before Taylor even finished her first song. The security team eventually managed to capture the creature, scooping it into a bucket and carrying it off stage to a mix of cheers and mock boos. But by then, the snake had already cemented its place in Eras tour lore. It didn't matter where it came from or where it ended up. What mattered was that it had been there, in the thick of it, slithering unapologetically through a crowd that welcomed it with open arms. As the night went on, The snake became a recurring joke among the fans. People held up inflatable snakes during Taylor's Reputation set, waving them in the air like lighters at a rock concert. Others passed around fake snake toys they'd brought as part of their costumes, now imbued with a whole new level of significance. And when Taylor sang, "Look What You Made Me Do," the crowd erupted, screaming the lyrics with an intensity that felt almost like a tribute to their unexpected guest. By the time the show ended, the snake had become a legend. Fans shared videos of it on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter, each one more dramatic than the last. Some edited the footage to sync with Taylor's songs, turning the snake into a backup dancer in the concert of a lifetime. Others wrote posts declaring the serpent a true Swiftie, joking that it had come to support its queen in her hour of triumph. But beneath the humor and the memes, there was something undeniably magical about the whole thing. In a world where live music is often scripted down to the second, where every moment is planned and perfected, the snake was a reminder that real life is messy, unpredictable, and wild. It was a symbol not just of Taylor's resilience, but of the fans' ability to turn anything, literally anything, into a moment worth celebrating. The snake didn't ruin the night. It made it. And as the fans poured out of the stadium, singing Taylor's songs into the cool night air, one thing was clear. This wasn't just a concert. It was an experience. And the snake was part of it.